Cable Bahamas has been and continues to be a positive shot in the arm for our summer camps. We look forward to it. Without Cable Bahamas, I don't know if we will succeed because we look forward to the funding and we are very appreciative, particularly the Cable Cares program. We are very appreciative to what they do.
We thank the Cable Cares Foundation, which would have given into this program, and it's going to pay dividends in the long run because each one of these children are affected.
Well, Cable Bahamas Foundation has helped us in a huge way. We are out there looking for all kind of help, and I am so happy that the Cable Foundation didn't decline us based on the economy and what is going on today.
So they've been with us for a long time, and we look for them to be with us for many years to come.
Prime Minister Christie makes it clear he is the leader of the PLP. This as Brave Davis discusses his political ambition. Government calls for Baha Mar talks to resume, plus the family of a bus driver found dead in Central Police Station speaks out. We've got those stories and a whole lot more tonight. I'm Fortitude and NV12 starts now. Topping news tonight as pressure mounts for Prime Minister Perry Christie to reveal whether he is seeking re-election. Christie declared today he is the leader of the Progressive Liberal Party. His comments come as the PLP prepares to hold its national convention in November. MB12 also spoke with Deputy Prime Minister Philip Davis, who said he would announce whether he plans to run for leader in due course.
I'm the leader of the party.
Usually a man of many words, Prime Minister Perry Christie had very little to say today when asked if he plans to stay on as leader of the Progressive Liberal Party or step down ahead of the next general election. When pressed on the matter, Christie questioned, "Y'all want me to get beat?" before rushing off to a cabinet meeting. Deputy Prime Minister Philip Davis and Tourism Minister Obi Wilshcombe have said they would only run for leader of the PLP if Christie steps down. However, some political observers have speculated that Davis may decide to challenge the 72-year-old PLP leader during the party's national convention in November. Davis would not confirm or deny, but said this.
Well, I'm excited for the convention. Yes.
So when will people know if you're running or not planning to? When will you say something?
In due course.
In June of this year, Davis told NB12 he is ready for the job of Prime Minister. He told us today that hasn't changed.
Imagine.
So have you been talking to stalwart councillors as yet?
I'm not. I have no comment on those matters.
Now you said you were ready a few months ago. Are you still ready?
Always been ready.
As reporters questioned the PLP deputy leader about his political ambitions, one bystander shouted, "Brave Davis for Prime Minister." Tall Pines MP Leslie Miller and former PLP MP Philip Galanis have also come out in support of Davis, asserting he is the party's go-to man. Davis said he believes a lot of people within the party support him.
So let me guess. People who say they want you to run. I'm warmed by their support.
Say that again, because I said you was. I was in the back when you said that.
I'm warmed by their support. I'm warmed by it.
Following a U.S. bankruptcy court's decision to throw out Baha Mar's Chapter 11 bankruptcy cases, Prime Minister Christie says his government now feels vindicated and called for a prompt resumption of negotiations between the developer and its Chinese partners. He said his optimism today is infinitely greater, adding the Christie administration still regards the early completion and opening of the stalled multi-billion-dollar project as a matter of the highest national priority.
My optimism today for that successful outcome is, I'm happy to say, infinitely greater in the wake of the court rulings, both here in the Bahamas and now in Delaware as well. My government therefore looks forward with confidence and in optimism to the prompt resumption of negotiations between interested parties who will, I am sure, cooperate to the fullest with the provisional liquidators so that an early resolution of this matter in the interest of the Bahamian people and all stakeholders can be achieved as quickly as possible.
U.S. bankruptcy judge Kevin Carey yesterday granted China Construction America Bahamas and China Export-Import Bank's motion to dismiss the Chapter 11 cases of Baha Mar's Bahamian companies, but denied the motion to dismiss the case for North Shore Mainland Services, the only U.S. company involved in the bankruptcy filing. Christie says this ruling proves government made the right decision when it filed a winding-up petition in the Bahamian Supreme Court.
I am pleased that both the decision of the Bahamas Supreme Court appointing the provisional liquidators and the decision of the Delaware Court yesterday dismissing the Chapter 11 proceedings have, Mr. Speaker, and I understand some question the word, but have vindicated the course of action foreshadowed in my July 16th national address and proven that we were right to proceed in that way.
Baha Mar said in a statement it is disappointed by the ruling and vowed to explore alternatives. However, Christie said government's primary objective is and has always been to see the resort completed, opened, and operating as soon as possible.
The government's principal objective throughout this process has been and continues to be the completion of the Baha Mar resort such that it can open for business with a full complement of Bahamian workers as soon as humanly possible. This is of vital importance to the continued growth of our national economy. My government therefore continues to regard the early completion and opening of the Baha Mar resort as a matter of the highest national priority.
The family of a bus driver who died in police custody on Tuesday is speaking out. 44-year-old Ronaldsha Moss Jr. was found dead at Central Police Station. After identifying his body at the Rand morgue, Moss's grieving relatives say there are many unanswered questions about his death. Dana Smith has the details.
The family claims they found out about Moss's death through social media, and now they want answers, explaining they still don't know what happened while he was in police custody.
Well, to be honest with you, from Facebook. The police never contacted the family. That's the sad and most disrespectful aspect of this whole scenario. Facebook, that's how we found out. And what's up? What's up, yes.
According to a statement released by police yesterday, Moss Jr. was found dead at the Central Police Station shortly after 8 a.m. Assistant Commissioner Police Stephen Dean would only tell our news team it appears to have been a natural death, and Her Majesty's coroner is now investigating the matter. He said Moss was being held on outstanding warrants, but did not give any details as to the circumstances that led to the death. Moss's family said they've been left distraught by the news of his death and have many questions.
Quite naturally, everybody is like in distraught, and we're trying to put the pieces together right now because we find it rather strange that the person walked into the police station on their own and then was rolled out on a stretcher.
A former police officer, Moss Jr. is a father to 5 children and worked as a jitney driver. According to his family, police stopped Moss on Monday while he was driving. Moss then drove his bus to the police station where he and everyone else on board were taken into custody, including, according to the family, Moss's 16-year-old daughter. Ione Moss, the deceased's wife and mother of the teen, claimed no one contacted her to inform her.
They locked my daughter up, then put him in the cell. After they put my daughter in the cell, no phone call at work, no one called me, or nothing. So I wandering all night, where my daughter, no child come home to me. In the morning when I get up, I fight it and I go to work. When I go to work, my stepdaughter called me and said, Mom, I say, yes, Venetia. You know what happened to Daddy? I said, no. He said, Daddy dead. I said, how Daddy dead? And I start screaming to work.
The family called for Moss's death to be investigated to the fullest extent and said they are still trying to come to grips with his death.
You know how children and family members take a death, especially untimely death. That's an untimely death. He walked into the cell, strong young man, 44 years of age, that day, and the next morning he was dead. That's something to think about.
Reporting for NB12, I'm Dana Smith.
Jurors in the Donna Vasily trial were shown footage from surveillance cameras outside the home of prominent podiatrist Philip Vasily the evening before he was found dead. Kyle Joaquin tells us more.
It was perhaps the most important piece of evidence shown so far during the murder trial of Donna Vasily. Prosecutors called Detective Sergeant Freeman Johnson from the technical section of the Central Detective Unit to the stand. On March 24th, the day Vasily was found dead in his home, Sergeant Johnson went to the third floor of the residence where he met up with an Inspector Johnson who gave him certain information and instructions. Sergeant Johnson said he then went to a network video recorder installed at the residence, which was connected to 4 IP cameras fixed on the residence. The witness said he disconnected the recorder, took it to CDU, put the video images on a computer, and burned them to CD. He showed jurors the video images on disc 1. One in particular showed what was recorded around 6:27 the evening before Vasily was found dead in his home with a stab wound to the shoulder. 2 people could be seen to the left-hand corner of the screen walking towards the guest house. Minutes later, in another clip, they're seen walking away. The same thing happened in another clip, but in one clip, only one person is seen walking away. A man. The video in court was not that clear, so it was a bit difficult to say whether the 2 people shown were 2 men or a man and a woman. Johnson also captured still images from the footage and pointed out in court that the person walking away was a man. But something else happened. According to the witness, at one point that evening, several hours after that footage was recorded, the cameras went to black. The witness did not go into detail as to what was the cause, and Vasily's attorneys had no questions during cross-examination. After that testimony, the matter was adjourned to tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Reporting from the Supreme Court for NB12, Kyle Joaquin.